Hi, this is Rony Mullick, and you are watching the post market show. So, today, as expected, the markets were showing a gap up, and exactly that happened in the markets. The market opened with a huge gap up, but immediately profit booking set in, and the markets started trending lower. But it did not touch yesterday's high, so definitely things were looking positive. But there was profit booking as expected from the first candle, from the very first candle, in fact. So things were looking absolutely fine in the markets. Otherwise, it was a very good day. The markets consolidated in a very small range. And overall, the volatility has collapsed. The VIX is down almost 4%. It is down to 18 right now. So definitely good for the markets. Then apart from that, we have some of the stocks breaking out like L&T, ICICI Bank, and also TCS quarter Q1 results are also out. So let us discuss all of those things in today's video. Let's start with Nifty analysis for today and how the things have traded. So let's look at the 5-minute chart of Nifty. You can see immediately for the first candle, the high was 62.57 and people shorted the market, and it came down in the very first candle to almost 16,200. So first candle almost 70 points down, but then after that the markets stabilized around the region, and it was trading very firmly. But there was a slight profit booking near after 1 o'clock, but that was also bought into towards the last half. So we are still seeing bulls are in control, markets are still in the uptrend, so nothing to panic about. So that is Nifty for you. It is ended at 16,220, up by 87 points or 0.54%. So things looking good there. In back Nifty, it was trading slightly lower, but towards the end it ended positive, and 35,118 to 20 zone, we have marked it for a very long time, and you can see beautifully it has taken multiple supports and resistance, and in fact throughout the day the back Nifty has actually traded around this line is what we see. So that is good to see markets not coming down lower, and in fact it ended in a decent area. So back Nifty on a close to close basis is higher by 203 points or 0.58%. So this was Nifty and back Nifty, so both ended in the positive. And apart from that, we have the mid caps up by 0.28%. Nifty small caps is also up by 0.2%. So things looking really well there as well. So that is so all the indices are up. Coming to sectoral indices, we have only two sectors ended in the red today. That is Nifty metals down by 0.88%. And then we have the next one, which is the Nifty reality, which is slightly down by 0.68%. Other than that, all the sectors did very well today. Nifty energy was the highest, 0.99% up today because of the rise in crude oil prices is what we have seen. So Nifty energy has picked up today, so that is good to see. And other than that, we have FMCG doing well, and all the other sectors have also done well, including the banks and also Nifty finance. So overall, all the sectors are in green, but not very much. They are all within 1%. So that is the sector. So some stocks for you today. Definitely, we had TCS results. I told you TCS is down 0.68%, and we know that the results were supposed to be declared after market hours, and the net profit from the results, it has come at 5.5% year-on-year growth in net profits, but it was expected to grow at 11%. So 11% versus 5%, that is definitely 6% lower than the expectation. So definitely on Monday we will be seeing how the stock reacts, because today it was the results came post market hours, and definitely some people might have had inside information. That is why the stock is down 0.68%. But the real price action will be seen on Monday, and let us see how the stock reacts on Monday. So that is TCS for you. Other than that, we have news coming in from the sugar industry, where the government has decided to give them increase the period of relaxation by 15 days. We know that sugar industry, it was facing a ban from the government. So government had put an export ban to make sure the local prices of sugar remain stable. So that was the news in which the sugar prices were negatively reacting. But today, because the government has increased their threshold, the time limit, so that is why we are seeing that the sugar stocks are up. But again, this is not something permanent. So definitely short-term news, Dhampur sugar mills is up 4.6%, Balram Chini up 2%, Renuka sugar is up 2.36%. So all the sugar stocks up. That is really good. Next, we have Tata Motors, which is up 2.48%. So Tata Motors, again, it is a news-based rally. You can say that the Chinese passenger car sales data came from the month of June, and it was showing positive, and definitely a lot of Jaguar and Land Rover, which is also owned by Tata Motors, they are sold in the Chinese region. So overall, we are seeing that the Tata Motors have been impacted positively, and in fact, among the auto stocks, we see that Tata Motors was lagging behind, because apart from this, Maruti Suzuki, Eicher Motors, M&M, all of them were doing really well. But now Tata Motors is picking up pace from the last 2 days. We see good candles moving with two gap ups. So definitely Tata Motors is back in the game, is what we can say. Apart from that, we had L&T, Larsen & Toubro, doing really well. So if we plot a trend line from here, you can see that the L&T has given a clear breakout today. And if you are following my Telegram channel, then definitely you would have picked up this trade, because it has been shared over there. So definitely the L&T is up almost 4.7% today. So actually we have gotten into the trade yesterday, and the target was given at 1680, and that target has been achieved successfully. So that is good to see. Same thing is happening if you look at the charts of ICICI Bank. This is the daily chart of ICICI Bank. Same thing, if you draw a trend line from here, you can see that, in fact, we can go back a bit more and draw a trend line from, I think this is October, 25th October. If you draw a trend line from there, you can see that the prices of ICICI Bank was in a downward trending channel, but then we see a clear breakout happening from the last 2 days. So definitely good to see ICICI Bank is moving up with a lot of strength. It is up 1.85%, leading the bank Nifty. So these were some of the stocks that I had to discuss. So we have discussed those. Let us get into the next part, which is FII, DII buying and selling activities. FIIs have sold for just 109 crores, so that is something good to see. DIIs have bought for just 35 crores, so nothing major from the institutional activities is what we are seeing. And in fact, the mutual fund reports came. The mutual fund, the people, how much they have invested in the last month, so it came at 15,500 crores. So that is the amount of funds the common people have invested in mutual funds, in equity mutual funds to be specific, in the form of SIP and lump sum in the month of June. So that is good to see. People have not given up hope on the stock markets. Even when the markets were down, people continued their investment. So that is definitely helping the DIIs, or the domestic institutional investors, to buy and stabilize the market and cushion it from any further downfall. So good to see that the Indian investors are still firm in their belief of investment, and this can go in a very long way. And also the citizens of India, they are maturing, they are thinking positively about investing in equities. So that is definitely signs of a good, and India can become a developed economy if all the people, they start investing slowly and slowly. So that will help a lot in nation building. So that is, again, thought I should share with you. So that was the information. Okay, next up, let us look at Nifty movers of the day. ICICI Bank leading the pack. Then we have L&T, Infosys, Axis Bank, Hindustan Unilever, and Power Grid. All of them are up today. They were the top movers. Top draggers was TCS and Maruti. So they have actually dragged the Nifty down slightly today. Now coming to the European markets, and let us see how the European markets are trading out now. So the European markets are closed actually. German markets, and let us see DAX where it is. Yes. The German markets are up by 1.3%. So nothing major happening over there. It is firm. So that is good to see. German markets up 1.3%. French markets are up 0.44%. UK futures are slightly down right now. It is trading at 0.13% negative, but that is again nothing so very concerning. Now coming to the US markets, all the US markets are slightly down, and it is likely the profit booking set in, or markets are trying to consolidate at the higher levels, because if you look at the daily charts, the US markets have been moving up for the last few days, and it definitely needs to consolidate, otherwise the rise is not sustainable one. So definitely it is stabilizing today. It is trading flat, almost 0.11% down, all of them, S&P 500, Nasdaq, and Dow Jones. So that is how the US markets are trading. And also a very important data which was announced today is the US non-farm payrolls data for the month of June, and also the unemployment rate for the month of June. Unemployment rate came at 3.6%, and that was as expected. So no positive or negative surprises there. it came in line with expectation. But the surprise came from the non-farm payrolls for the month of June. This means how many new addition of jobs have taken place, and the expectation was 2,68,000 jobs, but actually it came at 3,72,000 jobs. So that is definitely good for the US markets. So that's a positive market, but the US market, since it has moved up a lot for the last few days, it is trying to consolidate. Okay, so these are the US markets. Now let us see in our markets. So open interest wise, Nifty is very stable. In fact, a good build-up has been happened at 16,200 today. So we are seeing that Nifty is trying to consolidate. 16,200 has a good amount of call and put build-up on either side. So people are expecting a almost 1 second. Give me a second. Yeah, sorry for the interruption. So we have 16,200 straddle being created, and if you look at the combined premium, we see on the put side we have a premium of 112, I think 137, yes, 137, and on the call side, on the put side we have 121. So 121 plus 137, it is coming around 160, 260 points. So that means definitely Nifty can trade between. So let us open up the charts of Nifty and see. 1 second. Yeah, Nifty has closed around 16,220. So from 16,200, if you look at the straddle, the people are expecting 16,400 on the upside and 16,000 on the downside to be the range where the markets can trade between, at least on Monday. So these people will be making a lot of money if the Nifty trades between 16,400 on the upside and 16,000 on the downside. So that is indicated by the straddle. And intraday, we see a huge amounts of put build up at 16,200. Markets ended at 16,220, and a good amount of put build up is at 16,200. So people are very confident. People are closing their eyes and selling a lot of put options. So that is something good to see ahead of the weekend. And let us come to Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty again very interesting. 35,000 added huge amount of put OI. So people are expecting 35,000 to act as a very strong support. If this is broken by any chance, markets will fall further. So because it is such a close range, and people have sold so much put options, because if the market opens by chance with a gap down, people will be trying to come out of their position, and that can trigger a market downfall. But that is not the case right now. We are seeing the US markets are almost flat. SGX Nifty is almost flat, 16,231. It is where it is trading. So SGX Nifty absolutely flat, nothing major there. Talking about resistance levels and support levels in Nifty, I've told you these levels have been marked for many days. So 16,250 definitely is to be watched out for. 16,400 on the upside, then 16,630. So a lot of resistance on the upside, and on the downside definitely yesterday's high is going to be important, 16,120, 130 levels, and then the most important level comes around 16,000. That is the most important level that you can watch out for Nifty. Coming to Bank Nifty, definitely on upside we will see around 35,600 to act as a resistance level. Next comes 36,000, and on the downside 35,100 and 34,800 is going to act as a very strong support for Bank Nifty. So these are the levels you can definitely watch out for. And also we are getting a lot of events, a lot of economic data is going to be announced next week. So so things like the US inflation data, the Indian inflation data, so those will be announced next Wednesday and Thursday. And tomorrow, in fact, we are having the Chinese inflation data coming out. So all of those will be having some impact on the market. So we will be discussing all of those in the Sunday's week ahead program, which we have. So in there, we will be discussing all those things and what to look out in the coming week. So I think let's see if we have any questions. No, there's no questions. So let us end the post-market show for now. Have a very good night.